I woke up today and I had neck pain. Like I tore something in my neck. So you know what? I'm gonna build some Legos today. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, everybody. My name is Jay, and welcome to the Breakfast Apes, a place where any time is a good time to have some breakfast. So today we're going to be looking at the LEGO Jurassic Park 30th anniversary set number 76959, or otherwise known as the Triceratops Research Set. Now, last time I saw you all, we were actually reviewing / building the LEGO Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi Jedi Starfighter set. And although I'm very happy that we finally got that video out and published and our channel is finally launched, there were a few things I noticed while I was watching it. Number one being that was a way too long video for a set that small. Now, the Obi-Wan set was 282 pieces, and can you guess how long the video was? It was 20 minutes! Now, that's way too long for a set like that, right? So, number one on this things I wanted to change in the back of my mind was making videos a little bit quicker, a little bit more condensed, try not to repeat myself 100 times, and just overall bring some more energy to it. Number two that I noticed was the backdrop wasn't entirely what I had imagined. Now, I thought that was a good space because I could hook the microphone up easy, and there was lots of space for me to move around and have the set out, but it was pretty bland and boring. So I tried to add sets out there, and it just wasn't working. So I decided, you know what? We got this big, nice wooden trunk in our home office, which is where we are now. You can see all the collectibles behind me. It's a much better view, in my opinion. You can also see kind of everything we've been collecting over the years. We might add some of the sets we're building here and now, and I think that just works a little bit better for me. So we're going to change things up. We're going to do something different, and you know what? Starting today, this is going to be labeled as a new series. So last video will be its own little contained review. Everything from here on out is going to be a new series that I am coming up with off the top of my head called ASS, Pass or Gas. But Jay, what the hell does that even mean? Well, thanks for asking, totally real person. What that means is that I'm creating a new rating system for how I look at things. In the last video, we rated that Lego set based off of 1 through 10. And I see that everywhere. Everyone does 1 through 10, or they do tier list, S tier, A tier, B tier, C tier, etc. Or they do, letter grades, A, B, C, D, E, F. I don't want to do that. So I thought, let's do a 3-tier rating system that'll be crystal clear once I explain it. And we'll go off that because I think it totally makes sense in my head. Hopefully it makes sense to you. And we can apply that to almost anything we review / play with, unbox, build. And I think it's going to work out great. So let's break through this, shall we? So anyway, ASS. What does it mean in terms of this review? Well, ASS is going to be anything that I deem too expensive, terrible quality, and you shouldn't absolutely, for any reason, go out and spend your hard-earned dollars on it. The next one that we're going to be looking at is Pass. Now, Pass may sound bad at first, but actually it's kind of a neutral term. So, a lot of times I'll see Lego sets or games or movies or collectibles that are listed at a certain monetary value. For instance, last week's Obi-Wan Kenobi Starship. That is a $30 Lego set, and I honestly don't think it's worth that price. But I do think it's a good Lego set. So if you can find it like how I did, I found it for $23. I think that is a much better value for that set. So when I say something is pass, I'm going to mean pass on it right now. It's a good set, it's a good collectible or whatever, but don't get it at the price it's currently listed at. Wait for it to go on sale, wait for it to drop a little bit, then go out and get it. And lastly, we have gas. Now, we've looked at a negative one, we've looked at a neutral one, so this one must be positive, right? Correct! Gas is my positive recommendation. Now, when I say something is gas, I mean you better go out, make sure your car has gas in it because you need to go get the thing right now. That is what I mean by gas. So if something gets a gas rating, it's got my seal of approval. Now enough dilly-dallying. I want to see the Legos. I want to see the man-child open and play with Legos. Now before I spill out the juicy contents of this bad boy, let's take a look at the box. I've seen a lot of people complaining about the box, but honestly, I quite like it. It's got the T-Rex there on the side, it's got the Jurassic Park logo, and underneath that logo, it's got the 30th anniversary banner, and I think that's just fantastic. Now, mainly when I see people complaining, they're talking about the colors. LEGO has a very different kind of color scheme for their sets, and everything's kind of unique, and the other Jurassic Park sets weren't like this, but I actually really like the way they did this. It's obviously reminiscent of the Ford Explorers from the movie, and I think it's just beautifully translated. The box immediately caught my eye. I didn't realize they were out in stores yet when I was up at our local LEGO store, and I immediately grabbed the 3 sets that I knew I was going to want most. And now with that out of the way, I can dig into this bad boy like a Oh god, I've spilled it everywhere. So, we'll go ahead and let's look at this, shall we? We get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bags inside the box. 2 of which I'm guessing include the head and the body of the Triceratops. 3 of these include the build for the Ford Explorer. I'm not sure what this is. Will probably be very obvious once I start building it, but we have this loose, long piece in here, and I'm not sure what it goes to. But also in the box, you have your instruction manual here, your typical instruction manual. Let's see, it is from front to back, it is 66 pages long, so not very long at all, I believe. I'm going to guess maybe about 45 minutes to an hour it'll take my dumbass to build this set. We also get these lovely decal stickers to put onto the Ford Explorer, and I actually quite like these. You have the side detailing of the car, the hood detailing, the back door detailing with, of course, the Ford Explorer logo on there. That's funny. You also have the GPS there for the screen to kind of see where the tour route would guide you if you were at Jurassic Park, and you also get the identification stickers for what car it is. For your information, this is car number 4. Okay, with all that out of the way, I'm going to get started on this, and I'll see you all back in a minute. And we're back. See, that didn't take too long, but did you miss me? Because I sure as hell missed you. So all in all, that actually wasn't too bad of a build. That took about roughly 40 minutes for me to put together. So what all do you get in the set? Well, first things first, you get the lovely Triceratops. It has a very nice mold, very nice print to it, very faithful to the actual movie itself. Has some really good movement on it, and it's not too clicky. I don't know if you can hear any of that. It's a very smooth motion when it comes to posing and moving the dinosaur. The only thing that I wish about this was that the mouth could open and close, kind of like how the Raptors and the T-Rex does. You also get the car, the nice Ford Explorer, and this thing is actually quite beautiful. I really do love this thing. It comes with the Explorer and the Ford logo on the back. It comes with the stickers like the identifying numbers for this car being marked as 04. It has the Jurassic Park font text on the side doors, and it has the logo on the front part of it, as well as the logo on the hood itself. And it's got the lovely green, red, and yellow all over it, and the nice little like red slashes going across on the hood and on the back. It's just, all in all, it's a very lovely, lovely build, and I cannot wait to display this on the shelf. You also get 2 minifigures with the set. You get Dr. Ellie Sattler and Dr. Ian Malcolm. both of which are just lovely prints all in themselves. Ian Malcolm is going to be my favorite of the two, if I'm going to be honest. I love this character. I love the actor. He's got his chest hairs poking out through the shirt, which is just fantastic. The only thing I wish is maybe they tried to do something with his legs. It's just a plain black piece. There's no like pockets or anything, but I mean, it fits. It still looks great. Whereas the Ellie figure does have a little bit of a leg print going on. It's really basic with just some lines, but it just adds just a little bit more character to the figure itself. And this is also kind of like an exclusive t-shirt print for her. This is the only set you could get this in, because she still has her pink overshirt on top, but instead of pristine and clean like when she first arrives to the island, this one is all dirty and muddy and starting to kind of crumble up a little bit. Ian's still looking clean and nice so far. And the last thing you get with this set is...
That is one big pile of shit.
That's right, you get one big pile of crap. And honestly, I'm not going to lie, it's kind of a funny build, and it's kind of nice that they put it in with this set because it goes along with the movie. That is kind of a signature part of the movie itself. And I guess this is a play feature of the set where you can take the top of the crap off, and on the inside you can see the West Indian lilac berries that make the Triceratops sick in the movie. All right, everybody, it's now time for my favorite part of the review. We're going to do the scientific tests with these here Legos. These are my favorite part of the review because they're stupid, weird, and just really fun. So, if you saw the last video, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I do 2 tests to determine if these are really worth your money or not. One of them determines quality, the other one determines aerodynamics. Now, aerodynamics, you say, why do we need that? Well, in case you're going to play with them, of course, you need to know if these are really going to stand the test of time. And what better way to determine that than if they're aerodynamic? So the first test we're going to do is the taste test. Yes, you heard me, the taste test. We're going to taste if these minifigures are quality or not. So first up, we're going to do Dr. Ian Malcolm, the Jeff Goldblum figure. I'm real excited about this one because I love Jeff Goldblum and I love Dr. Ian Malcolm, especially if you've read the novels. It's just an extra layer on top of this juicy cake, and I think that's what it's going to taste like. I think he's going to taste like a nice, delicious cake. So, bottoms up. Oh, ooh, that's genuine Jeff Goldblum right there. I gotta stop before this gets taken down for mature content. Anyway, that was fantastic. That's exactly what I thought it was. I thought he was going to taste like cake, and it was cake and beyond. It was... You just have to do it. Actually, don't. I do not condone eating Legos. That's a terrible idea. But next up, we have Dr. Ellie Sattler, and she's covered in mud, according to her shirt here. So I think she's going to taste a little dirty, but I think it's going to be in a good way. Let's try, shall we? Oh. Yeah, that reminds me of being a child because, you know, eating dirt in the playground. That was pretty good in a crunchy dirt, but also savory way, if that makes any sense. Probably doesn't, but those two, fantastic. They get my seal of taste approval. I don't know how I'm going to accomplish this, but let's give it a try, shall we? Ugh. I tried the cartoonish chili dog in one bite approach, but that didn't seem to work. This is a very large figure, and it's not going to fit down my gullet. I have a big fat mouth, but sadly I can't fit a big fat Triceratops in it. From what I could taste, it tasted like genuine plastic, but that top quality kind. And you're going to find it right here in this Triceratops mold. And this is pretty good plastic. These two get my seal of approval. This one gets my nod of approval. It's pretty good, could be better, but you know what? You know what they say. Don't eat your Legos. All right, and now we're down to the final test, the wind tunnel test, to test if each of these are going to be aerodynamic or not. So this one's very important because if you want to play with it and you want it to stand up to constant use and abuse, they've got to just be aerodynamic. So what we're going to do is I'm going to place these up, I'm going to blow on them as hard as I can, and we're going to see if they fall over or not. Simple enough, right? So if they fail, it'll be pretty obvious. They'll either fall over or fall off this little table I've got here. And if they pass, they will stand true like a soldier of fortune. So, who shall we do first? Shall we do Ian, just to keep things the same? Let's go ahead and do that. So, we'll clear off so no debris gets in the way, makes him fall over. We'll set him up there, and let's give it a try. And 3, 2, 1... Well, I don't need to go back and give that one a replay. I think that was pretty obvious. Ian unfortunately failed that test. He flew way off the table and fell over. Next up, we're going to have Dr. Ellie Sadler. We'll see if she stands up. I don't think she is. She might be a little bit heavier because her hair is a little bit bigger. They might have put a little bit more ink on her because she's got the extra print, but I don't think so. I think we're going to have the same result. And 3, 2, 1... The results speak for themselves. She wasn't meant for it. Next up, we're going to see if the actual pile of crap will stand up to the wind tunnel test, unlike Ian and Ellie. Place the crap there. I think this one's going to pass because it's got all these little rough edges allowing the air to pass right over it, and it's not going to blow off at all. So that's my prediction. We'll see if it stands true. Are we ready? And 3, 2, 1... You know what? I'm actually surprised. The crap did better than the 2 minifigures. And I think that's because it's got all these little edges over it, allowing the air to pass right over. And I gave that 3 good hard blows, and it stands up to the test. Now, it scared me at first because it started to move, but it stopped. And after it first moved a little bit, it just would not move again. So the crap passes. Second to last, we have our lovely Triceratops here. It didn't taste the best out of all the minifigures, but we'll see if it does the best in terms of the wind tunnel. I think this one is probably going to pass very well because 1, it's probably one of the heavier things in this set, and 2, it's very skinny. So I think the air is going to go around it, and it's got these round edges, round curves. I think the air is going to pass right by. It's not going to budge. Ready? And 3, 2, 1. Woo! That's a lot of air blowing through a Triceratops, but you never heard that sentence before. Although it did slightly budge, it passed, and it passed pretty damn well. It only moved maybe about a millimeter just to slightly turn off its axis, but it stayed. It didn't fall. It didn't fly off the table. Triceratops passes. Last but certainly not least, we have our beautiful Ford Explorer here, and we're going to see if it stands up to the wind tunnel test. Now, it should, right? In theory, it should. It's a freaking car. It's meant to roll. It's meant to be aerodynamic, so the wind should just roll right off of it, and it shouldn't even budge. But what worries me is the wheels. So I am going to blow on this harder than all the other minifigures and crap alike combined, because this should really stand up to the test. But I have a sneaking suspicion that because of the wheels, it's going to roll off and fall off the table. But enough lollygagging. Let's get on with it. Ready? And 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, I am flabbergasted. Not only did our Ford Explorer fail our wind tunnel test, it also broke. But that's okay, I can fix it. Only a few pieces fell off, but honestly, I'm not too surprised. I had a feeling that was going to happen because of the wheels, and I guarantee I take the wheels off, it's going to do just fine. But, you know, for a drop test, that wasn't half bad. Only the bumper and the top little like reflectors on the roof came off. Everything else stayed perfectly fine. So that kind of is a bonus test in my opinion. For a drop test, I think this is probably like a 2 feet tall little table. So 2 foot drop off a shelf or something. This should do fine. So there we are. Now I've raved on about the minifigures and how great they are and how much I love them. We've raved around how I love the car, love the attention to detail and how it looks, how I love the crap that they literally gave us with the lilac berries inside. I've talked about how much I love this set, and it's a very quick build. It's nice, it's cute, it's easy to display. So you would naturally think, am I going to give it a gas on our scale? I'm actually not. And it pains me to say this because I love Jurassic Park. I loved the past Jurassic World Legos that I have a few sets of. And I loved the idea that they were doing the 30th anniversary sets. But I'm actually going to have to give this set a pass. Now, why would I give it a pass? Well, I'll explain it to you. The first reason being that there are several sets. There's only a few sets that have come out for the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary. There's the Visitor Center. There's the Dilophosaurus attack. There's this one. There's the Brachiosaurus. And then there is also the Raptor pen. And out of all of those, this is the only set you can get Ian Malcolm in. So, and I don't have an issue with set exclusivity because we just reviewed the Obi-Wan set and that had the exclusive Kaminoan figure. I have no problem with the set having an exclusive figure. That is really, it's gonna drive sales. It's a good tactic. And this is a good set and it makes sense to put him in this set. My issue is this set is $50. Yeah, this set is $50. And when you compare this set to a set similar of its size, like the Obi-Wan Starfighter set, which I believe is only about a 1 or 2 Lego piece difference on the build, that's insane. $50, you get a car, a pile of literal shit, 2 minifigures, and a Triceratops. That's all you get. On the Obi-Wan Kenobi ship, you get the ship, an exclusive Kaminoan figure, first time print. You get Obi-Wan and you get R4. It's pretty similar, right? I mean, I guess they're trying to say that the extra $10 or the extra $20 for this set compared to the Obi-Wan set is the Triceratops. And I'm sorry, I just don't see it. Maybe if you got 2 Triceratops, maybe if you got 2 Ford Explorers, 2 piles of I mean, this is a pretty big mini figure, but they're saying that this is worth $20. Now, I know these aren't, exactly as cheap to print as like the regular scale minifigures, but extra $20 compared to another set that's almost identical in pieces, it's a little crazy to me, and I cannot let that pass. So, although I really do like this set, I just cannot reason it to be $50. Now, I would say a $30 price tag is more reasonable for this. It is a set I think you should eventually pick up. I love this set. I really do. I'm going to proudly display it, and I can't wait to get to the rest of these Jurassic Park sets, but I cannot justify picking it up at this moment at full retail price. Now that is going to have to do it for today. I really hope you do enjoyed our first episode of Ass, Pass, or Gas. And I'm just excited for the future. We have plenty more sets to look forward to. We have tons of Lego Star Wars. Har has some Disney sets coming, Disney minifigures, surprise sets, all that stuff. And I mean, if you're a fan of Jurassic Park, we do have some more sets coming. Trust me, I made sure to grab them. So if you like this video, please feel free to smash that like button, as well as really grab hold and squeeze that subscribe button. It really helps us out and helps the channel grow, and it shows us you're just as excited as we are to see more stuff like this. So my name is Jay, you've been watching The Breakfast Apes, and until we see you next time, feel free to monkey around. Just take care of yourself while you're doing it. Bye-bye now. So number 1 on this things I wanted to change in the back of my mind was making videos a little bit quicker.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.